Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. It is a nice day out in Saskatchewan today, which is kind of a surprise. There's been no snow for the last few days, and it's actually been a few degrees above zero for the past several days. So unseasonably mild, but we all know that the worst is yet to come. Anyway, today I thought I would stick kind of on the same trend as I did in the last video, and that is a little more Fatboy content, because I know that some people who watch this channel have this model that I'm going to talk about today, and that is a popular model that ran from 2010 to 2017, and that is the Fatboy Lo. So let's start with the name. Where did the Fatboy Lo come from? Well, the reason it's called low is because, at least at the time, it had the lowest seat height of any Harley Davidson out there. The other thing about this bike that made it a little bit unique is that it had a slimmer seat than the usual Fatboy seat. Now, the reason for this was it was meant to kind of cater a little more towards the shorter rider or the female rider, females being statistically shorter than males. So what I always found funny was that you have people that will say, well, the Sportster is a girl's bike. Well, here's a big twin that was specifically designed for maybe a female rider. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, by 2010, when the Fatboy Lo came out, Harley did have the 6-speed transmissions by then, and this bike from 2010 to 2011 was powered by a 96 cubic inch twin cam engine. Now, when we move into 2012, the engine got upped to the 103 twin cam, and this is actually a bike I had. I had a 2012 candy orange Fatboy Lo, which actually seemed to turn out red in pictures for some reason. Anyway, the 103 twin cam was a very nice engine. The one thing I will say, anybody who has had one, I think will attest to this, is that they were heat monsters. These things put out a tremendous amount of heat. And anybody who sat in traffic or sat at a stoplight in the summer would just feel that heat wafting up to them, maybe burning the inside of their thighs a little bit. And what really didn't make it any better was the fact that these Harleys in these days had the oil tank right underneath the seat. So basically, you were resting atop a burning hot can of oil. So Harley moving them to the bottom of the bike after that, or at the 2018 and forward models, was an excellent idea, and they should have done that way sooner. Now, these bikes, they kept the general styling of the original Fatboy that we've all come to know and love, and that was the swept fenders, the shotgun exhaust, the fat tires, that fat stance in the front with the big fat forks. So it still kept that styling of the original Fatboy models. Now, the thing about these bikes that changed it from something like the more original model, that being the solid wheels, this one came with bullet hole wheels. I've always been a fan of the solid wheels. I always thought that was the main design of this bike for the wheels. However, I do like the bullet holes over the slotted wheels that we have with the new models now. The other thing was the badging. They got away from the deckled gas tanks, which I actually liked, and they went more to like a medallion type badging stuck on the side. The one thing I will say is that I like that they kind of still kept that same sort of badging, the double wing airborne inspired badging. I've always liked that, and I'm glad they stuck with it on this model. Now, I do have a criticism with this bike, and keep in mind, I owned one, so even though I owned one, I do have a criticism, and that is the way this bike generally looked. So if you have a look at this bike, you will see that they went with sort of a black like a black and chrome inspired bike where it kind of went back and forth. So you have a bike that has black wheels and chrome rims. You have forks that are black on the top, chrome lowers, chrome handlebars. The engine is chrome, the air cover is black. The head pipe shields are black, the mufflers are chrome. So it kind of goes back and forth with this black and chrome. The other thing about it is the chrome is not really, to me, chrome. I liked the mirror polished type chrome that you have on the Fatboys now. This was more that kind of brushed or satin chrome that was somewhat dull. That's never been my thing either. Now, keeping in mind this criticism of the way that it looks, these are all cosmetic. You know, obviously you can change all that. However, if you're going to change and you're going to go with something either all blacked out or all chrome, it is going to be very, very pricey. So you can change things like derby covers, primary covers, air cleaner cover for, not a lot of money. But when you get into, say, changing wheels or something like that, you are going to start getting into thousands and thousands of dollars, which would not really make any sense to do something like that. But like I say, just a criticism about it. It really, to me, it kind of gives off the look of when somebody, fixes their car with a part from a different car. You have a red car with a blue door. It just doesn't, something about it just does not sit well with me, I guess. And it's completely subjective. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying that the bike is bad in any way. It's just, it always looked a little pieced together with that chrome and black look, for me anyway. So all in all, this is a very fine motorcycle. It's a very fine and very popular form of the Fatboy. My criticisms aside that are purely cosmetic, this bike is a great bike. I had one. It ran well. I had no issues with it. I would possibly get one again. I can't say I wouldn't. Like I said, the only problem I have with it was maybe some cosmetic things. That's about it, other than the heat. But very good product, and it's very well liked still to this day. A lot of people actually were not happy that Harley changed that platform over to the 2018 and forward. So very popular bike. I would get another one, and anybody out there who has one was a good buy. Anyway, that's it for today. What do you guys think of the Fatboy Lo? Let me know in the comments, and until next time, we will catch you later.